Live from the Nation Center on this Saturday, the 22nd day of June 2024. You're on time for NTV at 1. My name is Ibrahim Karanja, and for the next 20 or so minutes, we take you across the country, updating you on everything that is happening and also beyond our borders and into the sporting fields. And we begin with a conversation that has been making headlines in the recent past, and members of parliament from West Pokot County have come out to defend their decision for voting yes for the 2024 finance bill, saying it will actualize an increase of funds allocated to the National Government Constituency Development Fund. And other critical sectors of the economy. The 5 legislators, led by Kapenguri, a member of parliament, Samuel Moroto, have accused the opposition leaders of being insincere.
Na ile budget iko na mambo mzuri kwa area hii kwamba kwanza tutaongezewa milioni 30 kila constituency ya CDF. Wale wa mama counties wetu wataongezewa pesa kwa affirmative action. Kila constituency itapata milioni 50 ya kuunganisha stima. So hiyo ndio kitu mzuri, na wameweka bilioni 23 ya irrigation.
Wabunge wengi 204 tuliweza kupitisha hiyo bajeti kwa sababu yale yalikuwa kwa hiyo bajeti ile ilikuwa inaumiza mwananchi sana iliweza kutolewa na ikarekebishwa. Na hata baada ya tumepitisha jana, bado tuko na sitting ya Tuesday next week ambapo tutaenda kurevise na kuangalia ile vipengele kidogo ambaye bado inadhuru mwananchi. Hizo tunaenda kuangalia na naamini zitatolewa.
Pia kuna mahali walikuwa wameanza kutoa pesa ya feeding program ya mashule, especially in asal areas. Wakati tuliuliza kwa nini, amekubali, imerudi sasa. Tuliambia wale wajumbe wenzetu wengine, tukaambia angalia soma ile tumebadilisha. Akasema msionyeshe hiyo, sisi tutapata nini ya kuzungumza? Wacha sisi tupige domo upande ile nyingine. Kwa hivyo ni kitu fujo na ni.
Now, still on matters relating to the finance bill, and drama erupted at a meeting of Jumuiya ya Counties of Pwani to discuss Moka Business in the coastal counties after the governor of Tana River County, Dado Godana, asked all leaders to have a consensus and a firm stand on issues affecting the region. He urged them not to betray them, like what happened on Thursday, where some of them voted yes for the Finance Bill 2024. Lamu East Member of Parliament Ruweida Obo seemed agitated by the governor's sentiments and shouted back, vowing to still vote yes next Tuesday when the bill comes for third reading. Fatma Bugu has more.
Under the umbrella of the Jumuiya ya Counties of Pwani, coastal governors, MCAs, MPs, senators, civil society and religious leaders met in Mombasa County on Friday to carry out wide consultation and reach a consensus before meeting President William Ruto to discuss on the Moka Business battle. The coast leadership is, however, still adamant on their stand of opposing the sale of Moka in the coastal counties.
As governors, our stand remains. Ikiwa tukifika, tukiamliwa, ya kwa hapana zungumzeni mambo regulations, let it be known. Ya kwa that is not the stand of the governors.
The result of that meeting is not going to be positive for us. Kwa sababu tayari watu tunaenda kukutana nao, tayari they've already taken sides. Hili jambo kikweli maneno tunayazungumza, tumeamua ama tumekuja hapa kuonana na viongozi, tukitoka hapa tunakuwa compromised.
At this point, the meeting turned chaotic after the governor of Tana River, Dado Godana, stated that some leaders are likely to be compromised during the meeting, just like they did with the finance bill.
Hata hii finance bill kuna wengine tulisikia wanaenda kuvote no. Hapa katikati wakawa mafishi. Wakageuka, wakafanya yasivyo.
Na ikija tena Jumanne nitapiga tena yes.
Lamu East Member of Parliament Ruweida Obo shouted as she exited the Coast Leader Forum in Mombasa after getting bored for voting yes in the Finance Bill 2024. The coastal leader will be meeting to finalize their stand on Monday next week before meeting the head of state.
As leaders, as members of parliament, we should stand firm. Tunajua rais hata kubali rais.
huku kwa ukiendelea kusneak na ukiendelea kuharibu jamii zetu, we have the capacity to hit back.
President Ruto has since declared Mogoka a scheduled crop and opposed the ban imposed by the coast governors. Fatwa Bugu, NTV, Mombasa.
Now elsewhere, a group of Gen Zs in Thika have condemned the killing of one of their own, Rex Masai, who was allegedly shot dead by police during the Thursday anti-finance bill protests in Nairobi County. The group has ordered IPOA to carry out thorough and comprehensive investigations into the matter. Meanwhile, the religious leaders in Murang'a County have called on the government to stop using excessive force on peaceful protesters.
How the police responded to us coming out and defending our rights and freedoms as enshrined in the Constitution was abnormal. Those boys with uniform, they were not in their proper senses. Nobody should be arrogant enough to tell us that we should be dismissed because we are on the streets claiming and making a clamor for our civil liberty to be respected.
For our fallen soldier and hero, we want to express our vigilance to the cause because they have done the atrocities that they have done, because they have committed the crime against us Gen Zs. We will make sure that we fulfill the dream that he had. We will ensure that we get the justice that he so desires.
We saw that the leaders are not listening to our cries, our struggles. So what are we going to do? We have to have the strategies, the plans. Yeah? We need to have our own youth party, the Gen Z's revolution movement.
Vijana wale ambao wanaandamana, langu ni kuambia kwamba wanapofanya hivyo wajaribu kabisa wasifanye chochote ambacho chaweza kuwadhuru wengine, hata wenyewe kujidhuru wenyewe. Wafanye kwa amani kubwa sana.
Now we move away from matters of the finance bill and the protests that followed and look into other stories. And the family of former Finance Minister Margret Magugu has won the first round of legal battle over the ownership of a land where the once popular Sima's restaurant was in Nairobi's Central Business District. Justice Ogutumboya has reaffirmed his widow, Margret Magugu, as having possession, occupation and use over the land. The judge ordered that the matter shall proceed for further defense hearing on the 24th and the 26th of this month. This week, Margret Magugu visited the land to make sure the property is well secured. She argues in court that she has occupied the place since 1996. However, in an interesting twist of event, former Kimilili Member of Parliament Suleiman Murunga, who had filed the suit before Justice Mboya, filed a fresh suit before Justice Jacqueline Mogeni with the same parties over the same piece of land. Mogeni has blocked any transfer, subdivision or use of the parcel pending the hearing of the petition. She directed further directions would be given on the 9th of July 2024. Last Monday, police arrested 12 people after two groups clashed over the control of the land.
Reaffirmed that indeed she has possession and all that. But what we are doing today here is to just a random visit, which she normally does, to make sure that the property is properly secured and that there is proper coexistence between the tenants.
Elsewhere, a tussle has erupted over the management of known Kopir dumping site, dumping after the new Kitengela municipality locked horns with the county government of Kajiado Revenue Department. The daily collection of taxes from private garbage collectors has resulted in the temporary closure of the dumping site located within the residential area, twice in a span of 2 weeks. The disagreement has seen garbage collectors decry harassment and interruption of their daily schedules. Olor Sirkon Sholinke, Ward MCA Stephen Kisemei, insists the dumping site has been an eyesore for the dozens of neighbors, compromising their health and security, and the municipality should take charge. Over the years, neighbors have been complaining to the relevant authorities, seeking relocation of the dumping site, and as a result, most homeowners have relocated, abandoning their homes.
Msimu wa mvua tumesumbuka sana, maana hii dam site haikuwa inafikika mahali ambapo imekuwa imetengwa tumwage mzigo. Lakini tangia wakati huo wa mvua, wakati shida ilipoongezeka, ikawa sasa mzigo ukamwagwa hadi katika lango.
Wale wameletwa wanasema tuwalipe. Mbona tupe stranger pesa na hawana hata receipt? Kile kitaonyesha nimelipa ndio ni mwage mzigo.
Tangu tupate municipality, nafikiri sasa taka iko upande ya municipality. Lakini unajua revenue yote inaenda kwa upande mahali moja. Kwa hivyo mimi naomba tu kama ingewezekana municipality patiwe imanage.
Now from Kajiado County we head to Kiambu County, where health and agricultural sector has received the highest allocation of the Kiambu County budget for the financial year 2024-2025, worth 23.5 billion shillings. The county has also allocated 600 million shillings to the Ward Development Fund, where each of the 60 wards will get 10 million shillings to finance development projects in the wards. Governor Kimani Wamatangi on Friday assented to the appropriations bill after it was unanimously approved by the County Assembly, with the county projecting to collect 7.9 billion shillings in its own source revenue. Governor Wamatangi said the approval of the budget by the Assembly was a clear indication of a good working relationship between the Executive and the County Assembly.
The Health Department, Education, Agriculture. Where in the health we have to build more hospitals, also provide the medical equipments, and also buy drugs for the hospitals.
Your 10 million that we allocated as your ward fund. If you ask for street lights, we will give you street lights. If you ask for water, we will give you water. If you ask for what, that's what we are going to give you. You know, so we will be truthful. At the end of the day, if a member asked for street lights, they will still be late in the ward, where I also am an interested party.
The Ministry of Health has cautioned the youth, particularly young women, over the use of new nicotine products that have hit the market but have dire health consequences. According to health officials, the uptake of nicotine for women has gone higher due to the enticing packaging of the products that women are finding attractive to use. Instead of puffing, they place pouches under the lip and get a quick, powerful hit of nicotine. Experts say women have a higher risk of experiencing physical health problems associated with nicotine, including heart disease, cervical cancer, breast cancer, and vulvar cancer.
So keep away from vapes, keep away from electric cigars, and keep away from nicotine. Health-wise, those are some of the things that are causing some diseases that you keep asking, na hizi magonjwa zimetoka wapi?
And that story takes us to a break here on NTV at 1 at 13 minutes past 1. When we come back, sports stories will be following.
Kenya, twende mbele. NCBA, go for it.
Imperfections, blackheads. Try Garnier's Pure Active 3-in-1 Charcoal, powered by salicylic acid and purified charcoal to reduce pimple-causing germs by 99.5%. One product, 3 uses for a pure skin. Garnier Pure Active 3-in-1 Charcoal, #1 in South Africa, by Garnier Naturally.
The moment I feel my pain starting to fade, it's like I'm going back to myself on a really good day.
Panadol Extra releases you from strong pain. Panadol, release starts here.
You're watching NTV at 1, and let's continue informing you. And the Ministry of Health is planning to introduce adolescent lessons to students about sexual, reproductive subjects in schools to tackle early child pregnancy in schools and the society. Speaking in Mombasa County during the closure of the 7th Adolescent and Youth Sexual, Reproductive Health and Rights Scientific Conference 2024, Gender and Equality Advocate Maureen Odwor said, if all that has been discussed in the conference is put in place, many will benefit.
This week there have been a lot of learning, there have been a lot of linking, and we are sure that if all that has been discussed in this space are put in place, then probably we can get better outcomes about how we are engaging around sexual reproductive health and rights, especially for our young women and the marginalized population.
Let's take a look at some sports stories now, and Roberto Martinez has backed Cristiano Ronaldo to continue delivering for Portugal at his record-breaking 6th European Championship despite nearing 40. Ronaldo, who is 39, started for Portugal against the Czech Republic, and at a news conference in Dortmund to preview their Group E match against Turkey, Martinez has asked whether he could cope with the high-pressing tactics seen at this year's tournament.
I think when you're talking about atmosphere, is experience, is how you handle big occasions. I don't think there is another player